I'm wondering if anyone already created a water fountain setup in this hobby. Can this be possible? In this project, I will create a water fountain with a paludarium setup because I want to make something unique. In the story, I will share with you how this was made and how I struggled during the construction period, but the result was truly beautiful. I will start by beautifying the table where the aquarium will be placed, using these adhesive stickers to make it presentable. I will use a 60-centimeter aquarium tank for this project, so I'm expecting to use many materials here. So I chose to use full spectrum lights instead of solid white color lights or just LED bulbs. I noticed that the plants grow better, so I chose this Chihiro's A series light, which has a power of 36 watts. This tank is quite tall, so I need to elevate it a bit. I'll use this technique again. I'll just fill the media bag with small-sized lava rocks, as this method is more cheaper than using a substrate that is somewhat expensive. I will build it down here at the bottom, and later put stones on it for the finishing layout. This will also serve as a water channel at the bottom, so that the water pump that I will use later can pump out water. The water pump that will be used in this project is just a regular cheap top filter, but I chose the stronger one with 10 watts power that can filter 800 liters per hour. I think this is sufficient to create a water fountain. I'm worried the hose connection might come loose when pumping water, so I just tied it down with a cable tie for more stability. I will keep this water pump ready so I won't have to squeeze it in later, because I'll be piling stones on it. I guess Ryu stones is the best to use for the main layout because of its beautiful texture. And for the detailing and elevation, I will only use river stones. It's really difficult to fix this because this Ryu stone is so heavy, weighing 6 kilograms, so we really need to put a support for it. On the other side, I'll just pile these river rocks, but I make sure that they will be the same color as the Ryu stone. For the final layer, I will spray expanding foam. This is very effective for covering holes and finishing the hardscape. Since this is a paludarium setup, it's fine to use because it can be covered and easily reconstructed if you need to change some details in the layout. If you ask if it's safe, yes, but you need to let it dry for at least 24 hours before adding water so it doesn't mix and potentially cause fish deaths, because it contains toxic chemical ingredients. That's why it's very important to dry it properly. There are also products available that expand faster, like the one I use, which dries and stiffs within 4 hours. As I mentioned a while ago, it is easy to resize this expanding foam. So right now I will manually pinch some extra overlap foam, and I will build holes where I can put soil for the plants I will use later. I will first construct this water fountain area, and the materials I will use here are detailing a medium-sized Ryu stone. Next, I will cover the waterway with detailing slate rocks, and to prevent it from being washed away by water, I applied glue. After creating a hole, it's time to add substrate. And right now I will be using ISTA aquarium soil in the land area. This is rich in nutrients for plants. Even though it is meant for aquarium plants, it can also be used for terrestrial plants. But in this case, I will be planting immersed aquatic plants. Here at the water level, the substrate I will use is silica coarse sand. This type of sand is very good because it adds points to the design. And not only that, you can also plant plants here because the roots of aquatic plants can penetrate it, unlike the finer types of sand. Right now it's time for the water test. This is the most crucial part of the project. If the water pumping doesn't succeed, we will have to dismantle everything on top and reconstruct it again. Now that I succeeded, it's time to cover the hose. I just don't want it to look like that. This project would be lifeless without plants. so I chose to use red and green plants to make it colourful and visually appealing when the tank matures. I will first plant this Hemianthus cuba, also known as HC, or dwarf baby tears. I noticed that this plant is very bright green when immersed, compared to when it is submerged in water, and it grows very quickly. I will just place it on the substrate and let its roots absorb the nutrients to regrow, because at this point it is melting since it came from a shipment from a distant place. The next plant I will be planting is this Alternanthera Reinecke mini. Its colour is very red when set up in a paludarium and vivarium. It's very easy to care for as long as the substrate is always moist and high humidity. The next plant I will be planting is this Brazilian microsword. This is like grass, but its leaves are thicker than those of hairgrass and giant hairgrass, and it looks very beautiful when used in paludarium setups. After I plant this, I will first add the terrestrial moss that I just got from my backyard. This will serve as a cover for the foam, of course. We won't let it be too visible in our hardscape. My plan here is to let it spread so that it looks more natural in the coming days. Next is this terrestrial fern, which grows excessively, so it always needs to be trimmed. The reason why I will use this is that it adds points to make your design look natural. Here in the water column, I will first introduce Hemianthus micranthomoides, commonly known as pearlweed. This is one of the easiest aquatic plants to care for, as it can thrive in any water parameters and light requirements, even without CO2. Next is the Cryptocoryne compact. I chose this one because I want a brown colour at the water level, and I'll see if its bulbs can grow here. And finally, I will also add a floating plant, which is frogbit. It is very invasive, but it is very beautiful to look at, especially in an outdoor pond. On the 10th day, the plants in this tank are starting to adapt, and some have even begun to sprout new leaves. We are indeed positive about this dwarf baby tears. I thought it wouldn't survive, but it managed to live again. So far, the start of this project has been good. Hopefully, it will continue until it matures. This is my final update for this project. On the 65th day, this is the peak of this paludarium setup. As you will see, the colour of the plants is vibrant, and not only that, but their natural growth as well. It's time to introduce the fish that we will put here to live. This is my outdoor pond setup. There are small cute fish living here, which are the Galaxy Rasbora. Catching them is very challenging because they swim so fast, and in the end, we managed to catch some of them along with their fry. In my experience, they can survive. They're not that sensitive in terms of water parameters. The most important thing is that they are fed properly, at least once a day or every other day. But during the rainy season, it's really just occasionally. Hopefully, they will successfully adapt here. I didn't expect this project to turn out like this. This is probably the best setup I've had this rainy season. Hopefully our aquascaping skills will upgrade. That's it for this episode. Hopefully you enjoyed my simple project. See you soon. Happy aquascaping.